Welcome back to HB Unfiltered Sports Talk. Our show today is brought to you by J3 Supply for your hoses and fitting specialist. Good guys, come down to Huntington Beach. Check it out. Real quick, by the way, I'm with the Stiff Brownie, the Weasel, the Intern, and the Dirtbag. I want to clear up the NFL draft and why it's so important to nail a number one pick, especially when you're the Panthers and you trade up from 9 to 1 to get this pick. You need to nail this pick. I want to go back to the Intern. She brought up some good, notable number ones. Give us some number one picks over the last couple of years that have made a difference for teams.
So some other notable number ones in 2003, Carson Palmer went to the Bengals. 2008, Jake Long went to the Dolphins. 2012, Andrew Luck went to the Colts. And in 2018, Baker Mayfield went to the Cleveland Browns.
Okay. Now, see, all those picks, other than Baker Mayfield, are all legit all-stars, all-pro. You know, they make a difference to your team. And now the Weasel has brought up that Bryce Young, if he goes number one to a team that traded up from 9 to 1, takes an undersized guy, are they making a mistake?
I believe so. He'll be the shortest quarterback on record being taken number one. And it's like a unicorn if he succeeds.
So he'd be like this, only the second to maybe like a Drew Brees or a Russell Wilson. There's only few and far. You can count them on one hand, is what you're saying.
I would say Drew Brees, and then it's Bryce Young. Russell Wilson's totally different. Stockier, runs a lot more than Bryce Young would ever run. And he's able to hold up better because he played baseball, a lot thicker.
Yeah. Okay.
Bryce Young is really light.
Well, the quarterback class, this isn't even like the greatest quarterback class, but there are going to be at least 4 taken in the first round. Has there been another class that there was 4? Let's go to the Intern. I think she's got some information for us on this.
Yes, in fact, this has happened before. The first time in history that 4 quarterbacks were taken in the top 10, 2018.
Wow. Do you have those names?
I do.
All right.
So it's Baker Mayfield, as stated before, is the number 1 pick that went to the Browns. Sam Darnold went to the Jets. He was number 3. Josh Allen, Buffalo Bills, number 7. And Josh Rosen, the Cardinals, number 10.
Okay.
That's not good.
But here,
Josh Allen.
That's exactly what I think this draft of quarterbacks is. I think there's going to be one guy like Josh Allen, maybe like Will Levis. That's the guy that stepped up, went to a smaller school for football-wise.
Right.
And less talent around him.
Less talent around him, and he can hit the windows. Numbers. He makes all the passes. He's strong.
And he goes to the Colts, who has a coach from the Eagles who trained Hurts.
Yeah, but we just talked. Stiff Brownie said there's inside info. He might go number 1 of the Panthers. So maybe the Panthers are the ones who are in the know here, and you better be when you trade 9 to 1.
Well, as of an hour ago, the GM for the Panthers had come out and said they did not tell Bryce Young he was going first overall to them.
Wow.
So, well, Will Levis is a right guy. Tall, build, throws really well.
That's it, man. If you've already told a guy that we're not picking you, like definitely we're not picking you.
No, he didn't say that.
Or they just said
No. He said they weren't confirming that they were.
Can't confirm or deny. Oh, yeah. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's move on. Let's move on from the draft and take a break on that, and let's talk about MLB. The Rays are still on fire.
Still.
And the Rangers, even though the Rangers did lose, I think, the last 2 games to the Reds.
We won money. Fade Patrick Corbin Day on Sunday, like I told everybody.
That's right.
Guess what date Fade Patrick Corbin Day is this week?
Friday.
It's actually Saturday the 29th. So back the Brinks truck up and make some money on that guy. They're playing, the Nationals are playing on Saturday. They're playing, I believe it's the Pittsburgh Pirates. Yeah, so I'm all in on the Pittsburgh Pirates. I've watched enough games. They're talented. They're young. They play hard. Get some money. Right now, you're getting great value still because the betting public doesn't want to bet on the Pittsburgh Pirates. Orioles also backing them.
Yeah.
Equally hot. Same situation where you can get almost even money betting on the Baltimore Orioles. They're a good team, young talent. This weekend, I really love a few teams. I love the Twins. They're at home against the Royals. I love the Tampa Bay Rays on the road against the White Sox because they are still excellent on the road. And last but not least, our beloved LA Angels are in Milwaukee facing the Brewers. The Angels are pitiful on the road, so go ahead and make some Brewers money. Remember Saturday, Fade Patrick Corbin Day. Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Minnesota, Brewers, and Tampa Bay. Ride it out.
You know, I know Jamie's a huge Angels fan. I keep harping on the Angels. I mean, I like them as well, but they just... Even Trout, he doesn't hit in timely situations. It seems like when he's got the game on the line and he can win it, you know, he'll strike out, actually.
Yeah.
He's putting up good numbers, but he's doing it when people aren't on base. He's not coming through when people are on base, and that's a little discouraging. And then how about Rondon? With the amount of money he makes, and now he's staying healthy for the start
I know,
of the
I'm
season.
shocked. Mr. Glass has made it through 25 games.
Yes, and he has 0 homers. What happened to the guy that hits like 32 to 35 for the Nationals and was second in the MVP and NL 3 years ago?
I don't know if that's like his swing. He's like hunched over now. It's just weird. He's also, I could tell you this, he's a lot skinnier than he used to be. But where do you think, I mean, do you even think you give him until the All-Star break to trade Ohtani and Trout? I mean,
I would trade Rendon too, but I don't know if Rendon's even tradable with that contract.
he's not. He's too expensive, and if anything, you're going to, maybe you get like some sort of reliever. I would try to get like maybe 2 relievers and take half of his contract or 75% of it, something like that.
Yeah.
But
the guy that would be hard to trade would be Trout, only because he has a no trade clause. So
sure,
if he doesn't want to go, and he loves living in Newport and just wants to be on the Angels, and he doesn't care about winning,
I don't
the
think
playoffs.
so. What person? Perfect example. The house he bought, $10 million house, and yes, that's a very expensive house, but it's a $10 million house when you just signed a $450 million extension.
Right.
Okay, he's not staying here.
Yeah.
He wants to go back east. He either wants to play for the New York Yankees, or I could see potentially the Philadelphia Phillies pushing for him because
What about the Mets?
I don't see that. I don't think they can afford it. That payroll's out of control. But I can see him going. Bryce Harper, coming off his injury, is now playing first base. I can see them. Yeah, they have Marsh and a couple other guys in the outfield, but you gladly put Trout out there. And I see him doing a solid by sending him back towards where he lives. And you're going to get a lot of assets for him in return because he does have that contract.
You and I are on the same page when it's coming to trade Ohtani and Trout if the Angels aren't winning again. And Artie Moreno's trying to sell the team, and he's tired of losing. So this is where you make trades. I know the Weasel's over there just chomping at the bit to get in on this because I know he doesn't think they'll trade either. So let's get his take.
I just don't think you can send Ohtani anywhere and get the value because he's going to be signing with someone else right after that season. You'd have to get some team like the Dodgers, Yankees, or San Francisco, Giants maybe.
So
Dodgers are not going to trade with the Giants.
Let me ask you this. Okay.
No,
I'm sitting
Ohtani.
here.
I mean, Ohtani,
Angels.
to the Giants, the Angels, okay.
I'm sitting here with a
but
shot.
those are 3 teams that might sign him afterwards.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here with a shot to go to the World Series, and I'm missing one piece. I'm either missing a front-end starter or potentially the best hitter, arguably the best hitter in baseball. And you're telling me that I won't give up a 5 guys.
That's not the Tampa Bay guy who is the GM now for the Dodgers. What's his name? Friedman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Friedman.
That's not his style. He's not going to do that.
Well,
He's
okay.
not going to do that.
Okay, he might, but another team will. The Angels cannot get nothing and let Ohtani just walk. There's just no way.
And because
There's
another
no way.
because another team is willing to do it, that now puts the Dodgers fully in play.
Here's another thing. There's no way Artie Moreno, who's going to sell the team for his legacy, to give Otani from the Angels to the Dodgers
Well,
in the
he's-
same town.
He's not going to sell the team. The whole reason he put the team up on
He
the
might
block
not
for-
sell the team, but is he actually going to give the best player in baseball to his rival in
Yeah.
the same city?
Because he's going to get 5 good players
Yeah.
in return to make his team better.
Yes, yes, he will.
This is what you do. They can become like the Rays or the Pirates, teams that are winning with younger talent right now.
And just for the record, the whole reason Artie wanted to sell the team was because originally when he bought the team, he was promised the land. And he wants the parking lot. That's where he wants to make a ton of money.
Yeah.
And they have reneged on that deal to the point where Artie's like, fuck it, I'm out.
Yeah.
And that's the whole
Right.
reason he re-signed Otani, because he needed the books to be, asset-wise, he needed the books to be exactly right. Re-signs Otani for a year. And
Right.
now all of a sudden he's talking about getting another stadium. Is it over by
I
5
can
points?
come.
or-
Yeah.
I can come
Yeah.
with you halfway. Otani, if he's dealt, he'll be dealt, but there's no way he's dealing him with the Dodgers.
All right.
None.
Well, then, but he's
There's
gonna-
only so many teams that have assets that
I
can
agree,
equal-
but
and
he's
that's-
not going
and
to
hey,
do it.
and that-
cross
The,
town
the
rival.
Rays have the assets, but they're not going to do it because they don't have the money to pay Otani. They wouldn't ever do it. They're a small market team. You're talking about the Mets, the Yankees. The Yankees have no need for Otani. However, again, if there's a situation where like Garrett Cole gets hurt,
Yeah.
or actually,
Yeah.
looking at their pitching staff right now, they could totally use Otani because Jermaine's, Cortez is good,
Yeah.
but they could definitely use Otani as a pitcher. So I could see the Yankees doing it, but do they have the farm system to be able to do it?
I don't think they have the farm system, but you made a very good point. This is why you trade for Otani and you give up players, because you have to make room money-wise to sign them to that ridiculous contract.
Sure.
You have to give up about $100 million in players,
Yep.
so you can sign him to his $500 million 10-year deal.
I could
No,
see
it's the opposite.
I could see the Yankees doing it. I could see them flipping. I could see what we were talking about earlier, getting Stanton off the books.
But but I
It
think
would have to
I
be
think the
something like
Weasel's
that.
right. Stanton's just another one of those players that he hits home runs and it looks good on paper, but he strikes out too much. He gets hurt too much. There's no way I want his 10-year.
How hard?
I think he's halfway through his
How
10-year.
hard would it be for Otani to hit the ball out of right field and
Oh my
Yankee
God.
Stadium? He literally does a
no.
pop fly and be
You,
out.
you already saw it. He's just
Yeah.
a visitor, and he's second on the 2 fastest balls to leave. He's tied with Judge.
Yeah.
Judge plays there every other game.
I see the two suitors being the Dodgers and the Yankees because if I'm an owner and I need that push, I know I'm going to get it from him. Plus, I have the ability to now let him see. I'm not having to sell him on my organization because he's now played in it for a month or
Right.
two.
Right.
And he's played in the postseason and he sees the atmosphere. I don't
Yes.
have to sell him on my team.
And Otani will sign off on that. He
Yep.
would love to play and stay in LA because they have a huge Japanese fan base.
And the Yankees.
Cleveland
The
does
Yankees,
not.
The Yankees had Godzilla. What's
Yeah.
his name?
Matsui?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they had Ichiro. I mean,
Right.
like, I could see him going to the Yankees, and again, I don't have to sell my organization to him like, hey, this is the place you want to play, even though you've never played here before.
You'd have to do something with
I'm
Stanton.
going to throw it out there. You guys know what Matsui is known for,
Hitting home runs.
other than hitting home runs,
Good sushi chef.
other than a good sushi chef? He's known to have one of the largest porn collections ever.
Oh, Jesus, I didn't know that.
Did not know that.
That's a nice
That's
fun
well-
fact.
I was
That
so.
that came out after he retired.
I figured you were going to say something about karaoke. He has a great karaoke
Yeah,
voice.
no, I went a totally
So how
different
did we get
direction.
How did we
Karaoke.
get- How did we get there?
Oh, Donkey Shane, feeling Donkey Shane. Oh yeah, I'd love
The train
to
was
see.
so good.
I'd love to see Matsui sing.
The train was going so well, and it just went off the rails.
Yeah, let's take a break here on the intern. Let's go over the intern and what happened on this day in sports.
So there's a lot of baseball that happened on this day in sports history. 1990, Nolan Ryan ties Bob Feller's record of pitching 12 one-hitters. 1995, Coors Field opens in Denver and the Rockies beat the Mets. 1931, New York Yankee Lou Gehrig hits a home run but is called out for passing a runner. The mistake ultimately cost him the home run record.
Oh, that last one. That is Lou Gehrig do it on purpose because the Babe said, "I'm going to kick your ass." I could see him. I could see Lou Gehrig. He's such a nice guy off the field. He probably said, "Hey man, I don't want to beat your record. We'll just tie."
For those that listen, please get on our website or check us out on Instagram because we're working on getting the picks up that we talk about here on the podcast. So they're going to be for free for a while. We're here to make everybody some money. So hopefully you guys tune in. Definitely check us out on Instagram.
Yeah, and if the picks go south like they did the other day when the Rays and the Rangers both lost, lose our number. All right.
We'll be back tomorrow.
We're going to take a break.